Unit 1, Discussion 1. What factors should a company consider for entering international markets? Also, what should be the requirements to be successful in the endeavors? A company before entering an international market should ensure following things. Firstly, having a suitable product. First of all, the company must have a product. In other words, it must have an appropriate product that can be successful in international markets. It is something that may seem very elementary, but some companies do not pay enough attention to it. For a company that has only operated in its international market, it can be difficult to perceive the possibilities of its products in international markets. However, there are some elements that can offer guidance in this regard. Secondly, having the right resources. Once you have the reasonable certainty that your product is exportable, the next requirement for a company to internationalize is to have a sufficient resource. These resources are basically of two types: financial resources and human resources. The company must have the financial or economic resources to be able to finance its activity in an international market. This activity may take time to bear fruit, that is, to translate into export operations that generate income. The type of activity that a company must carry out will vary greatly depending on the sector, but in general, it will have to spend money studying foreign markets, identifying opportunities and potential clients, traveling to see these markets directly and interviewing potential clients, advising on legal, financial, logistic issues, participating in fairs and trade missions, etc. On the other hand, the company must have the necessary human resource to develop its international activity. In other words, it must be personnel who have a minimum knowledge of the functioning of international markets, who know how to act in them, who know languages. These resource constraints are especially important in the case of small-sized companies, which for obvious reasons of size have limited financial and human resources. Last but not the least, the third requirement should be business cooperation as a lever for internationalization. What can be done to help the company successfully address international markets? The answer for this question is not easy. It would be easy to ask the administration to establish aid programs. Public aid is often the first thing demanded to deal with the problem. But we are in a time of moderation in public spending, and the administration, both central and regional, has a very difficult time allocating resources for this support. Small companies have some outlets to compensate for their small size. In the first place, through business cooperation formulas, that is associating in one way or another with other companies through export consortiums, establishments of business clusters, agreements to share services. Through these associations, SMEs can share expenses to have services that they individually could not share. Secondly, SMEs can turn to foreign trade consultants, a route that is not an alternative to the previous one, but can be complementary. That is, a group of SMEs can associate and hire the services of a foreign trade consultant. Foreign trade consultants can play a very positive role in this regard. Companies or group of companies that cannot afford to have their own export department can outsource it to a foreign trade company at an affordable cost. These factors help the companies understand the international market and understand the international requirements to be successful in their endeavors. Thank you.